Hi Scentsy fans, it's Sarah from Scentsy with Sarah Lynn. Just bringing you a quick video to say thank you to all of my customers and subscribers for wishing me a happy birthday. It was crazy. That means so much to me. So I was super happy to get all your messages, and it was the worst birthday ever, so I really needed those messages. So I'm sure you're looking at the title going, well, then why was it the worst birthday ever? First of all, it was great. Like I woke up in the morning and my daughters had presents for me, and they're always in a rush to be the first one to wish me a happy birthday. Well, I didn't tell either one of them that Scentsy beat them to it. They emailed me the day before. Like, I get a automatically generated, obviously, from Heidi and Orville, the owners of Scentsy, but they were officially the first people to wish me a happy birthday a day early. So it's either an account error or they just wanted to be the first ones to wish me happy birthday. So that was kind of nice, and I got presents first thing in the morning. That was wonderful. Later on that evening, we were headed to my parents' house for my birthday dinner, and if you've subscribed to my channel, you watch my videos, you know that I was very skeptical of the Scentsy Go to begin with. I haven't done a recent review since then, but I have dropped little hints in my videos that I am, the bees, absolutely addicted to my Scentsy Go now. I take it everywhere with me, and I mean, not everywhere, like take it out of my car, but it goes everywhere with me. It's either in the front room of my house or in my vehicle at all times. And I was super excited to get my pumpkin roll pods. It's a scent fragrance I never want to be without. Sorry, I'm deathly allergic to bees, and my whole backyard's full of them right now. Trying to jump on the love for the honeybee train, but it's hard when you need to stab yourself with an EpiPen if you get stung. Anyways, so I grabbed my pumpkin pods. I was super excited. We had to road trip to my parents' house. My parents do live 45 minutes east of the little teeny tiny county I'm in. So, of course, I want to take my Scentsy Go with my brand new delicious pumpkin roll pods in it. You know, I love having this in my car, especially when there's a fighting teenager and a baby with a snuffy nose, and yeah, sometimes it makes for a long trip. So this is nice. So I get it in the car, and I go to turn it on. The kids, of course, are fighting over the aux and who's going to listen to what and this, that, the other thing. Click, 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 click. My Scentsy Go is dead as a doornail, which is weird because I charge it not every night. I'd say every third or fourth night, because it only needs a 6-hour charge to last 40 hours. I'm not in my car very often, so it should have had tons and tons and tons of juice in it. I couldn't get anything. So I took the USB port out of my glove compartment where I usually keep it unless I bring it in the house for a charge. I plugged it in, pushed the buttons, pushed the buttons, pushed the buttons again, and I could only get light to come on when it was plugged in. So I'm like, what the heck is going on here? We go to my parents' house, and my parents are like, happy birthday. I'm like, hang on a second. I have to call customer support. I'm like, what? Grace laughs and makes fun of me. She calls this my Pokemon Go. She's like, oh, Nana, her Pokemon Go is broken, and she's having a hissy fit. It's true, I was. So I called consultant support, and they're amazing. They tried to help me troubleshoot, like, are you sure it has a full charge? This, that, the other thing. I'm super disappointed. And go figure, I was like probably a one and only consultant that was skeptical about these things, and then I get sent probably 1 in a million defective ones. So we could get the lights to turn on, but taking it back to my original review, this is plastic. Because I've loved this so much, I know I said like this would be the first thing to break, this little delicate cover for your charging port, but I take care of this thing like it's one of my babies. I love it so much. So it's never been dropped. It's never been left in extreme temperatures. This is my baby. And if you look down there, the fan just won't spin. And I'm guessing, I mean, I'm looking in here and I don't see anything that is wire or steel components, like just super delicate plastic pieces. So that was a super downer on my birthday, that my Scentsy Go was broken. And yeah, consultant support is going to send me a replacement. These do have limited lifetime warranties on them. And of course, it's not for like misuse. You can't, you know, throw this down the stairs and run it over with your car and then call Scentsy and be like, I need a new one. No, you have to take care of this. It has to be a manufacturer's defect for them to replace it. Scentsy's great that way. So when my replacement comes in, there will be a shipping label and a return bag. I just stick it in there, slap the sticker on, take it to the UPS depot. Bob's your uncle. For Scentsy consultants out there, if you have never had to do a return, I've only ever had to do one. And not just in my short time frame of being a consultant. In 7 years of being a customer too, I never once had to return anything. Never had a problem. I had to return one item as soon as I became a consultant, and it was that little morning toast warmer. For some reason, the paint wasn't sealed on the lid, and the heat made the paint like all crackle. So I had to return that one, but that's the only problem I've ever had up until my Scentsy Go. So the very next morning, I'll get into, that was a disaster morning too, but anyways, the very next morning, this had been sitting on the windowsill, and I come downstairs and my daughter's playing with it, my 13-year-old, and I'm like, leave that alone. Don't touch it. Like, don't move it anywhere. As soon as UPS shows up, I'm going to bag it up and send it with Roy, my driver. And she goes, oh, Mom, you don't have to return it. I got it to work. So I wanted you to do like a happy dance, you know, jump for joy. Oh my goodness, it's not broken, you know. But then I thought about it. I was going to call consultant support and say, cancel my exchange. Then I really thought about it and I'm like, nah, if it's glitching already and it's just a little bit over the 30-day mark, I don't want to take any chances, even if it did work for a little bit. And then, you know, what if I cancel the exchange, call Scentsy again and say, oh, no, it's having the same problem again. I just want to swap this one out and hopefully I will have better luck next time. So the other thing that made my birthday a darn well disaster is, if you're Canadian, you know that legendary Gordon Downey died on my birthday. I knew Gord. I was a super fan since I was very young. I was raised by really non-traditional parents, you know, rock and roll, party this, party that. So music was always, I was always around music. My dad and his buddies with their guitars, and I went to some crazy concerts at a very teeny tiny age and slept in tents, and my parents are crazy. Not so crazy anymore. They're almost 60, but they were crazy back in the day. So rock and roll has been ingrained in me since I was very, very, very small. Coming into my own music tastes, my dad always played the hip when they first came out. My dad's like, this is going to be the biggest Canadian band ever, even bigger than Rush. And a lot of people were like, I beg to differ, you know? And they are. They're right up there with Rush. I have seen them play in the United States in some of the smallest venues, and Americans just don't get it. You know, I remember seeing them at the DET Energy Theater in Michigan, and, you know, the guys were going, me and my girlfriend were going crazy over the hip, and then the guys were going crazy over us. They're like, oh my God, Canadian girls, you guys are so hot. Like, piss off, I want to see the band. You know, like, they weren't even paying attention to the band. But I don't know why, it never really caught on down in the States, and it's too bad because they're a phenomenal Canadian rock and roll band. Gord Downey was diagnosed 2 years ago with glioblastoma, brain cancer, a pretty aggressive one, and he was given terrible odds. It was just crushing. It was devastating news. Like, I remember being a super fan. As soon as I turned 19, there was a contest on a local radio station. They were looking for the biggest hip fans. So my girlfriend and I, she was like my sidekick to every single Tragically Hip concert, and I've been to 37 of them, not including the In Violet Light tour, which was another 18 shows, I think. So we're like, young, 19, we're going to prove on our local radio station that we are the biggest hip fans. I know hip trivia like you wouldn't believe. We bought 97 purple and silver helium balloons, took them downtown London in a teeny tiny little 2-door Celica, so it took 3 trips. We got the balloons down there, trying to get 97 balloons up to the 7th floor where the radio station was in an elevator was hilarious. People were opening the door like in between the floors, and there's me and little Laura. We're like taking our balloons upstairs like we are the biggest hip fans. Piss off. Wait for the next elevator. So yeah, we won that one. It was crazy. We went on the In Violet Light tour, so that was awesome, from city to city with the band. It was crazy. Amazing memories. The first time I actually met Gord Downey just so happened that family of mine had vacation property in the Muskokas here in Canada, which a lot of celebrities, hockey players, have property up there too. So we were standing on the dock at my uncle's marina, and sure enough, Paul Coffey, who's a famous Canadian hockey player, his boat pulls up, and a man and a woman and 2 girls get off the boat. And so nobody else in my family is paying attention. And all of a sudden, this was actually the year that I broke my back. So all of a sudden I'm doing a head spin, like, does nobody else know who that is? And my cousin's like, Sarah, there's tons of celebrities up here. Don't go fangirl, please. It's so embarrassing. I'm like, that is Gord Downey. That is Gord Downey. So I was trying to like compose myself, and I'm like, you know, I just got out of the lake and I broke my spine, so I was super overweight, super self-conscious, and I'm like, he is my idol. I love him. And that's the first time I met Gord Downey. He played key to Bala up in the Muskokas. He vacationed on the same lake as us with Paul Coffey. So that's how I got to know him. He was a beautiful musician, a poet, absolute brilliant, brilliant man. And he died on my birthday. So all my friends are like, you know, the universe is telling you something. And I'm like, well, I know the universe is telling me I'm cursed, but you know, it was just meant to be. A close source and friend told me that he was very comfortable. He wasn't in any pain, and he was surrounded by his children in his final moments, and he was at peace. He was ready to go. So that made it the worst birthday ever. Between my Scentsy Go glitching out and Gord dying, absolutely crushing. I will never forget this birthday. And every year on my birthday, I am going to play his music from sunup to sundown and pay tribute to a Canadian music legend. So that's my video and my review on Scentsy Go. Worst birthday ever. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell for future notifications, and I look forward to bringing you more videos in the near future. Bye.